you should never be in a rush when you're riding, especially not when the roads are in suboptimal conditions. Hi, I'm Ollie, and today's short video will be about the rain performance of the Metzeler M5 Interact tires that are stock on the 2018 KTM RC 390. Alright then, yeah, so far the road has been a bit wet. I hope the camera survives the rain. And so far I haven't had any issues, but there wasn't anything particularly interesting going on either. Now the weather has seemed to trick me mostly, but throughout the passages that were wet, where the rain was actually falling, I can tell you that the tires did hold up very well. But I will probably wait until publishing the rain video until I have more data to go on. Well, aren't you lucky? So the rain has increased and I can continue my tire test in the wet. Again, this bike comes stock with the Metzeler M5 Interact, and we will see how they fare when I go down this little merger for the highway. So I'm staying on the very outside here. I'm going super slow. Could do more. So now we've entered the wet. You can see there is standing water, or I hope you can see. You might not be able to see it at all, and I'm leaning heavily to reduce the lean of the bike. So if you're being smooth, I think you can still lean the bike very much. Yeah, that works very well. Braking also still works well. Yeah, so I think they have very good web performance. Of course, you should try to be very smooth, and that's really the only thing that you need to do when it's wet. Be super smooth and have tires that allow the moisture, the water to go somewhere. And this is a job that the M5 Interact seems to be handling very well. Because like I said, I'm not doing anything extreme, because it's not that I'm really trying to find the limit, but what I can do is try to safely lean the bike over a bit, and so far this seems to work. So let's for a second pretend this were a real corner. So we will enter it, we will look over, we will steer the bike, lean way too much and go out of the corner without any difficulty. I think I'll do another brake maneuver, but during the first braking I think there was no issue at all. On the second braking I did feel the ABS releasing the brake a bit. But the ABS obviously helps you from running into any danger, and the tire still is great. And here you can see, or you could for a second see, the error that has occurred when riding this bike, the CAN ABS failure. So slow weave also works fine. Let's try quicker weave. Again, I'm making sure to be super smooth. And let's do another braking. What I did do, I did basically purely rely on the front brake. So we'll see, it's good to about 50. Yeah, so the ABS saves you a bit. The front would have locked up slightly, but in combination with the ABS, the tire gets you to a stop safely and nicely. Now let's try to be a bit quicker in the corner. Again, I don't think I'm leaning very much. When you get more outside, and now they feel a bit uneasy, but yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to the lengths that I would go to if it were dry, of course, but you don't feel unsafe. It's not like the tire is actually slipping. On the right I feel a bit more uneasy, but that's just generally true. Yeah, so thus far, let's actually make use of those cones. Yeah, I would say the M5 Interacts do a very good job. And I'm not doing a very good job at this maneuver right now, but I'm managing. Bye! If something else comes up during the rest of the ride, or well, let's try to accelerate, not entirely insanely, but yeah, wrong foot down. Let's see. No, I'm not losing any traction, but the rain also isn't very strong anymore. So to round up the video about the wet performance of the Metzeler M5 Interacts, I thought we'd take another look at the tire profile, and I would argue that the profile makes it obvious that the tires should be fairly good in the rain. By the way, my new favorite adjective seems to be fairly. So, as you can see, we have a lot of cutouts. Even on the side here, we have these few little thingies that may or may not help during very high lean angle, but I would just argue in the wet you should not lean more than this, because here there's most profile, but the profile covers the entire area of the tire really, which is also true in the back. If we have a look, I hope you can see it on the camera. Here it's basically the exact same pattern, but a bit wider. At the end we have these special pieces, and in the middle we have these lines where in theory the water should be able to travel through and move out of the way, probably towards the back or the front. I don't know the exact physics, but as you could see in the test that I did before, they are as good as I would want it anyway. What I worry about though, not so much in the front but rather in the back, is the way that tread seems to be very little already. I mean, I guess this is the indicator, so there's still about half, but on this area the depth of these little thingies here seems to be a bit low. Okay, so this I will have put in somewhere in my video and back to me on the bike. Thus, I think I will conclude and hopefully cut down to a reasonable extent my short test of the M5 Interacts, which are the stock tires coming on the 2018 KTM RC 390, and I hope I'll see you in another video. Bye bye!